What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q Wine, and I'm back with All's Fair Season 1, Episode 4, Everybody Dance. Before I start, y'all make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. First of all, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. To those who have been here and have stayed here, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I also just wanted to tell y'all one real quick. Not only do I do all things reality and all things scripted, I also have a healing segment called Healing Out Loud along with my cousin and your cousin, because you know that's my cousin. She's everybody's cousin, okay? My cousin, your cousin, our cousin, Courtney G. But around here we call her Koji. So her and I both host the Healing Out Loud segments. We are going into episode 3, which will air in December. It will be live. Most likely it will be on a Saturday or a Sunday. We will give y'all more details. I want to say that segment is going to be us reflecting on 2025. And also, I have reposted on my community wall episodes 1 and 2. First episode was healing. Second episode was called Healing Out Loud Boundaries. It's a good episode. So if you're in something really lighthearted, we're not licensed professional therapists or anything like that. What we say around there is we just two hoes that know, we done been through some stuff. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate everybody who has been on our live, people who have commented, people who have watched, supported our segment. I appreciate y'all so much for coming around and jumping on. I promise y'all, once we find a date for episode 3, we'll put that out there as soon as possible so everybody can have time. I'll make the link through the StreamYard, I guess through YouTube, so you can set the time so you can be notified or whatever. So yeah. I was really trying to be more polished doing that, but it ain't come off like that. So, and also that is our birthday month. So that is our birthday month. So Sagittarius, okay? With that being said, this episode was really, really good. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was heavy. But yeah. Also, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I appreciate it. If I did not say this, I'm saying this again. So sorry. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all of it. I really, really, really appreciate y'all. Anyway, now that I ran through y'all 3.5 minutes, let's go ahead and jump on this episode. So the episode starts with Emerald. She's having a solo dinner as she always do. And she was home alone until her boys came in. And it was like, so you having a sneaky link over? Like, why you got on all that lingerie? What is this? You having fancy dinners? Yeah, so they know she has a great relationship with her boys. And she just let them know, hey, listen, I'm doing this for me. And I'm doing what I deserve. So she said, listen, I got to do what's right for me. Y'all going to be off to college. And, I'm not going to be around to take care of y'all. I'm not going to be around to wash, cook for y'all. None of the things. So, I have to continuously do me, whatever that looks like. Right? So her boys tell her, so they sit down at the table with her, and it was like, listen, one of the boys was like, listen, if you want to start dating, we're okay with that. And she was like, yeah, thank you, but I really don't need your permission. She said, I really had 18 years of testosterone, and listen, I'm not trying to fill no void. So if you don't mind, Y'all go and do whatever y'all was getting ready to do and let me do me. So before her sons run out, leave out, I guess they was heading to a party or something, I'm not sure, a game, I don't know. One of the boys come back and tell her that she looked beautiful, and then they leave. I really do like that relationship dynamic that they have with their mom. Like, I really like that. Anyway, it's the next morning, and Emerald, y'all know how the ladies sit and discuss. Lord, I'm sweaty with the lotion. So the ladies are discussing why they eat lunch at work. You know, the night she had, how she enjoyed her night alone, and of course, she let them know that Bob was present. Bob don't, you know, he don't argue. All he required is these. I'm sorry, y'all. The battery was sitting right here. So all he required is batteries. There is no argument. There is no cheatation. There is none of that. There is no taking care of. There is nothing. Okay. So Allura says she still, despite everything that happened with nasty ass Chase, okay, she still wants to be in love. She says she'd rather not spend the rest of her life alone. I was like, why y'all got this girl being a pick me? But whatever, you know. I'm not saying that you have to that you should hide because somebody has done something to you. And I get that there are a lot of hopeless romantics out there, and that is okay. I am always happy for the hopeless romantics. However, girl, I'm sorry. I just don't sign me up. Anyway, so the ladies convinced Emerald how she needs to be with somebody, basically. Liberty said, you know, I was tired of all the frogs. I thought I gave up until y'all convinced me to try it one more time. I tried one more time, and, you know, I got my man. I love that this show was centered around Emerald this episode. A little bit around Allura, just a little bit, but mostly around Emerald. So Allura shows Emerald this dating app called Prestige Partners, and it was the slogan is, because power couples aren't born, they are met. And so she was like, I almost threw up on this table, because Emerald don't see it. Like, she loves her lifestyle. She loves the fact that she's alone. She loves the fact that her boys were artificially inseminated. And she just basically loves the life that she created. And if she wanted somebody, because I'm gonna be nice today, if she wanted somebody, she would actually go out and get said man. But she's okay. So the ladies tell her basically it's better than meeting someone at the bar. But Emerald was like, listen, I'd rather do it the organic way. Shout out to Nene Leaks. Okay, she said she'd rather do it the organic way, and that's just meeting somebody, looking at them, you know, visibly seeing somebody, looking to see if they're genuine, looking, you know, just body language is everything. And I wish I was specialized in body language, and I really want to take some classes on being able to read body language. So anyway, Emerald tells the ladies that she was invited to a party, and it was this weekend. So they was like, oh my God. She said, well, hold your pump your brakes, because I didn't say I was going to go. So they was like, you're going. So Emerald and Allura, they decided to go shopping for the party. And, you know, she found a necklace and she found a cute dress. Get home, gets dressed. She comes out. When I tell you everything was everything in. Now, we know that I think Niecy Nash has got a boob job, because them things was thinking up. It was thinking. I was like, oh, okay. And she looked good, though. She looked good. The hair looked good. The black and silver looked good. She looks really good. And so the boys. So boys see her, they just hyping her up. It was like, you about to get. It was some word that they use, about her getting, getting it in with somebody. And so she was like, ew. But she was like, thank you. I do look good. So that was hyping her up, and she was all in it. This is something that she don't do, so she put herself out there. And so she gets into the party. She's looking around like, what is happening. Just she doesn't know anybody, so she just kind of looking around. So we meet Alyssa, which is played by Ryan Michelle. And if you don't know Ryan Michelle, she was in the BET Plus show with what's her name, Jill Scott, and the ladies. What else was she in? She's actually the dude who played Randall on This Is Us. That's his wife, Sterling Brown, his real wife. What else she was in? She was in a lot of stuff. Like, I love Ryan Michelle because her character, that the person that you see, like, I follow her on Instagram, that's what you see on a TV show, right? So she see Emerald comes in, and she said, who the fuck is this? Beyonce? Okay. Oh Lord. She said, you ate. So, Emerald being who she is, she was like, what the hell am I doing here? And so Alyssa was like, well, you're here because it's a chill night, plus you love me, yada yada yada. And they just having a conversation. So she sees the man across the room, played by Lyric Bennett. Lyric Bennett was on A Day Late, A Dollar Short. It was the movie with him and Sanaa Lathan, the movie about the hair. He was on a lot of stuff. Chocolate, Tall, Fine. He was on the what was it? She Got to Have It. Spike Lee, She's Got to Have It. The Netflix series, with Nola Darling. Okay. Listen, I just want y'all to look at episode 1. Okay, that's all. Come back to the comments. That man is fine. Okay. Anyway, so Alyssa sees them two looking at each other. She was like, okay, I see you. So she was like, I'ma go and I'ma let you mingle. But before she did that, Alyssa is telling her, this party is pretty much hosted by my clients. And these parties are hosted, she said, twice a month. So I was like, is these mixed parties? Like, that was my, or is these like just hookup parties? Because she said that these parties are grown up, but without being so grown up. So I was like, well, maybe they's just like hookup parties that they meet, I'm just saying. So, he walks up to her. She walked towards him. He walked up to her. And what we thought was promising, I was very disappointed. But they meet. He goes and get her a drink. And I was like, I don't trust it. Because, sir, I don't know you. I will come with you to get me a drink. But I'm not, So she had an amaretto sour, and a time is being had. She dancing on the dance floor. The music is musicking, and she gets dizzy. And y'all already know he spiked her drink. She gets dizzy, and he raped her. So you get to see, you know, all the stuff that had happened. So she woke up the next morning. Her knees were busted because as we see her go back and try to think back to what happened last night, she was running up the concrete and she fell. And so she busted her knees. She had on stockings. And so she decided to call the police, which I'm glad that they immediately did that, right? So she had, you know, I guess, you know, in the next scene, she head to the hospital and she did a grape kit, and the doctor lets her know, hey, it's going to take a few weeks to come back, but the physical exam was inconclusive. No signs of trauma or injuries, which means, and before she can finish, Emerald says, no definitive evidence to confirm that it was a sexual assault. So the doctor tells Emerald, this doesn't invalidate what has happened to you. Emerald was like, but I don't know what happened to me. Like, there is a bit of fear, frustration. Like, I just, this was a lot. This was a lot. And I guess for victims, because I've never, don't even know, I can't even imagine. But my heart goes out to victims and people who just supposed to go out thinking, I'm going to have a good time. But some jerk of a loser decides to do something to them by pouring. It's just cowardly. Very, very cowardly. Because y'all know these things happen in real life. Okay? So, I was thinking as all of this was happening, she was sitting in the doctor's office and she just sat there. Her whole spirit was down. Like, everything about Emerald that shines, that makes Emerald, it just was down. Her defenses was down. Like, she was vulnerable. And it's just, sometimes it be the people that you look nice looking, but a real low down creeps. Real low down creeps. I knew something was up when he told her, sue me. Like, it felt like he was coming on to her, you know, trying to be flirtatious. But it almost made me, as I put everything together from what he said and what Dina said, it's like, oh, he know her. I don't know how he know her. She doesn't know him. But somehow he know her. Anyway, she knew always to stay home. Because she didn't want to go. She did not want to go. But everybody convinced her to go. So, then as she's sitting there, she calls Alora. And she tells her, you know, she picked up the gift that Alora purchased for her. It was a beautiful diamond necklace. It had 3 diamonds in it. It was beautiful. And she calls her to tell her, I ruined your gift. And she was like, you know, I'm sorry. And then she started to cry. And she told her what happened. And, it, you know, everything was fading. And she was like, where are you? And, you know, baby, they came suited up and booted up for your girl. Okay? I love that for them. So, anyway, all the ladies are there. Dina, Alora, and Liberty. They're sitting there with the doctor. And the doctor tells her she had all type of drugs in her. He may have concocted some stuff on his own. So I was like, oh. So they let her know, listen, justice will be served. And I was looking like, these heifers gonna solve this puzzle like a Scooby-Doo mystery. Okay? I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you and your meddling dog. I'm sorry. So Emerald and Alora get to the office the next day, and we meet Goodfeather. She's a business owner. Her and her husband are divorcing because his attorney, which is Carrington, convinced him because she's bitter. And again, any chance she has to stick it to the ladies, she's going to stick it to the ladies. And okay. So she's convinced him that because this lady wouldn't give him a baby, that he should give her half of what she should give him half of what she owned. And yeah, no. Mm-mm. So we found out that she met her husband working for Google. She didn't have kids. But when he talked about wanting kids, she was like, oh, I don't want to have kids. And so he was like, okay, so they both ignored it. So she became more successful. They end up getting married, and he wanted to have kids. So one day they was, handling business, and he was about to, right? And she told him to stop, because she knew that that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get this woman to have a baby, and she did not want to have a baby. This is what you call unequally yoked. This is what not you, but me. This is what I would call unequally yoked. So, if you meet somebody and you really, really want to have kids, and initially upon y'all getting to know each other, and I know sometimes people change their mind. That's fine. But initially, getting to know each other, and these people are just dead set on not having kids. This is when you say, hey, I appreciate, meeting you. You are a nice person and all that. But unfortunately, we are not on the same page, and we are not looking for the same thing. I think we should, in this chapter, okay? Because this is what happens. This is stuff like this is what happens. What happens. So over the years, as she didn't want to have a kid, they stopped sleeping together, of course. He started to punish her, I guess, trying to make her feel guilty for choosing herself and choosing her career. And I think that those things are okay. People try to guilt trip you by saying, hey, a career won't hold you at night. A career won't hold me at night, but the money I'm making from this career, I would damn sure sleep like a baby. Okay, didn't I tell y'all? If you ever need something, ladies, get you a guap 3,000. Okay, it does wonders. I don't have one, but what I'm saying is, all you need is one. Anyway, so she felt guilty like all of these years because she don't want to have children, and that is another thing, holding on to guilt that is not yours. Like, this lady held on to guilt that was not yours. And I think instead of them divorcing early on, which they shouldn't have got married, but hey, they married, but early on, instead of him just saying, you know what, I can't do this anymore, we need to divorce, he punished the lady, cheated on the lady, and I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know how many women he cheated with, but I'm pretty sure that came with cheatation. Okay? So we find out from Carrington that the lady she sent the baby to baby heaven. Okay? And so Carrington felt like she want the victimization of men to be recognized, and she feel like women do inflict that type of pain on men. Y'all know she is male identified. She not a pick-me, but she is male identified. But she is a pick-me when it comes to these women. She want to be chosen so bad to the point that she will self-sabotage these ladies by any means necessary. And that is a bad spot to be in. The most hateful. She's hateful. She's cunning. She's all of them things. And she's not letting up on them. Like, it got to be exhausting being Carrington. So Emerald at this point let her have it, because Emerald is coming back from that grape that happened to her, and so she starts speaking from personal experience without sharing her personal experience. And I love her stance when all of the women come in, because she lets them know all the time, every woman that has stepped in their office, this is not your fault. When they have been made to believe that everything that has happened to them, it has been their fault, and it's not. it's because of something their spouse caused, and their spouse want them to pay for it. They want to shift blame on those ladies. Anyway, I don't know why I rambled, but I hope y'all got that. Emerald tells Allura, she needs to find a person who drugged her, and Allura was like, okay, we got your back. All right. So Emerald gets home. She gets a text from the guy who raped her. It was from some type of unknown number. I guess it was like a non-traceable number. And he sends her a pic that he had her tied up. He had her mouth gagged or whatever, or he had something around her mouth. And I think it was at his house, or it wasn't at the party. It was at his house, I guess. So, we find out that with further investigation, years ago, Dina had a class action lawsuit against a man who was running a Ponzi scheme. And because he had to pay up and he had to pay the people, he lost said lawsuit. 2 years after that, he ended up unaliving himself. But he has a son who's single, fit the description, who's single, and she believes that his son is coming after her through those ladies, and she feel like he's gonna come after me too. So Emerald meets up with her old co-worker. It was another detective, and he lets her know, listen, we can't prove that you was violated, and so she gets really frustrated. Oh, no. At this point, they can't prove that Emerald was violated after speaking. Why did I put with her co-workers? Anyway, she gets home. She have dinner with the boys and lets them know what had happened to her. Now, they are visibly upset, all three of them. And so one of the boys got up and she was like, no, sit down. And she was like, I am still here. I am here. I am standing here. And she said her biggest fear out of all of those things was not knowing if she can continue to be a mom to her boys. All right. So she assures them, like, listen, I'm going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Everything is all good and justice will be served. So in the next scene, in the room, I guess they was having mediations or whatever. We found out that now Carrington is pissed off because Maddie told Maddie, which is the lady's husband name. I really didn't catch her name, but he tells Carrington, because he was represented by Carrington, that that his girlfriend was pregnant. So she had to come relate the news to him. Of course, she was absolutely pissed because she wanted to stick it to them and calls them out of their name in front of a client. Like, she just has no respect. Y'all, my package. Anyway, and she leaves. So in the next scene, Detective Ray show up to the law office to let her know that her abuser was unalived, and tells her that, listen, since you reported the incident, but I don't understand why they would think because she didn't even remember the man's name. Like, she was like, the police may come question her may come to her to ask questions. Now, watching this whole thing, she didn't know his name, or did she know his name? Y'all saw my bottom of my back is itching. Did she not know his name? Because I was like, I thought she didn't remember his name. Because they never said his name in this episode, which is why, they remembered his face. So why would the police come and question her? And she did a rape kit that was inconclusive, that couldn't pinpoint who did it. So again, nobody knew who this person was. It was until mid-episode the ladies found out through internet who the father was, and assumed that the father and the son shared the same name. So again, why would the police come and question her? I don't know. Again, everything was inclusive. So Dina goes to Emerald walks out. Dina goes to her and let her know that, listen, sometimes the universe can do things in our favor and, bring karma to the person who has wronged you, and all of the things. So Emerald told Dina, listen, I wouldn't be in this position if she specifically blamed Dina, but I think she wanted to blame the ladies as well, if y'all wouldn't have initiated all of this. And I was like, oh, I was wondering when that was going to come out. I was wondering when she was going to blame them for it. But I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that the next episode we address this. The one thing I do not like about these episodes is like one and done, and then you move on to something else. Anyway, she lets Dina know that she felt like they were responsible for what happened to her, because had y'all not suggested anything to me, I wouldn't have went out. This wouldn't have happened to me. So yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't care about your theories. It is what it is. So she goes home to the boys and asks them if they did it. Now, those boys had smirks on their faces. Now, again, I don't know, because I know that those boys are IT guys. High IQ 120. So I don't know if they were able to find something. But again, they didn't have information to find out whatever they needed to find out. So the boys say no. They came up with, they let her know where they were located. And she lets them know, have your evidence. She tells them to get hard evidence to back up those alibis and keep them handy. And that's why the episode ended. Again, I don't, because she let them know what happened. Nobody knew the guy's name. Nobody knew. The only people that knew where homeboy about the dad was the ladies in the office. And again, even though she gave the detective some information, it wasn't enough to give him any information on who the perp was. So if the police come after them, how, Sway? How? Because it wasn't enough information to give to say, hey, this is the guy. But again, he had enough information to understand that that person was unalive. And y'all know in TV shows, if we don't see a body, they may come back. Okay? When I saw them look at each other across the room, I thought that this was going to be one of them nights where she met somebody, meet them, talk, get to know each other over the course of time, and she find out somehow that's them boys' daddy. Okay, that's what I was thinking, but clearly I was wrong. So anyway, this is where the episode ended. The next time y'all will see me is tonight for Love and Hip Hop Miami. Child, there's gonna be a whole ghetto episode. Y'all know I'm gonna be cussing. Okay, I don't do much on these light shows, but there's gonna be some stupid kind of flying around on tonight's episode. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it down in the comments, and I will see y'all tonight with Love and Hip Hop Miami.